I'm a guy that's 26. Each day I build with bricks. I like Star Wars playset. I'm Rich Boy J. Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here, back in with another video, and today I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel titled Collecting Every Minifigure from LEGO Star Wars, the video game. It doesn't take long for anyone watching my channel to see that I am heavily inspired by the LEGO Star Wars video games. These games are literally what made me a Star Wars fan. Now, I've been talking to my guys Playmation and Colt about potentially doing something like this for quite some time, and the other night while we were on a Discord call and Playmation started flexing on all of us, I decided it was finally time for me to pull the trigger. So what exactly does it mean for me to collect all the figures from the game, and how is this any different from just collecting normal LEGO figures? Well, for the majority of the figures in the game, it does just mean collecting their officially released LEGO counterpart. A good portion of the figures, though, have differences that range from subtle, like needing a flesh tone face and chest print, to huge, requiring full-blown custom molded pieces. There are 56 playable characters in the select menu that I'm going to attempt to collect. I've broken these characters down into 4 basic categories that describe what will be necessary to collect them in real life. The first category is exact figure. This means that LEGO has officially released a minifigure that is almost perfectly resembles the figure the way it's depicted in the video game. The good news is more than half of the figures in the game fall under this category. The only challenge here will be building up this collection while still preserving my minifig wall. Yeah, that's still a thing. So unless I have a duplicate, I may end up still having to buy some of these. The second category is existing parts modified, meaning there's no standard minifigure that represents the character well, but you can still recreate the minifigure using parts sourced from multiple LEGO minifigures. I thought there would be more figures here, but it turns out there's only one that falls into this category. That's the character of young Anakin, because you can take the flesh tone head from the 07 Naboo Starfighter and then slap it on his original figure. Third category is where things start getting a little expensive. This is the some custom parts printed category. These minifigures are going to require one or multiple custom printed parts to get an accurate representation of how they look in the video game. Most of these are the result of the creators taking the then yellow skin tone minifigures and making them flesh tone to be consistent with the new minifigures from 2005. Because we didn't get any episode 2 sets during this flesh tone period of LEGO Star Wars before they started giving the minifigures pupils, the episode 2 figures occupy a lot of the spots in this category. Final category is where things get very expensive. This category is titled custom molds, or figures that will require custom molded pieces to match their in-game character. Characters like Ki-Adi-Mundi, Kit Fisto, and Shakti will all require custom prints as well as custom molded hair pieces and head pieces. There's also the PK droid, which could potentially just require all custom pieces to recreate. I'm going to have to look deep into the third-party market in order to collect these figures. I hope these categories all make sense to you guys. For this first episode, before I start buying things, I'm actually just going to check out my duplicate bin and see how many of the minifigs from the first category that I can recreate. Alright, so I can't say it went the way I thought it would. I thought I'd have maybe a few more of the figures in my collection, but I did end up getting a little bit over half of the minifigs on the exact figure list, which is cool. You can see my just janky Super Battle Droid. Honestly, hate touching this thing because the top half of it is just so weak. So yeah, we have, what, 4, 8, That's 12, and then 15 figures here. I think there was 30 total figures on the exact figure list, so I guess we're exactly at half. And I guess this is, not a bad place to start. I was honestly surprised that I could not find the helmets to this figure. This is the Walker version of the Episode 3 clone, which is super annoying because I know I had more than one of that set as a kid. But there might be a specific variant of this that required me to have two of these guys on the minifig wall. And there was that time I found a helmet that was crushed in my driveway as a kid. So it very well could have been this guy's helmet. So kind of unfortunate, but it might just be cheaper to buy the whole fig than to just find the helmet by itself. But who knows? Maybe it might be cheaper just to find the helmet. We'll see. We'll look into that. I found Leia's face, but could not find her torso. I'm sure I have her hairpiece somewhere, but that torso's the more important part of this, and I couldn't find it, so that's going to be another figure I have to buy. I did end up pulling all these helmets over here from my extra fig bin, so we got some relics from the past here, some recent helmets, some of them just from my childhood, and of course we have that green clone right there. And then just random stuff right there. This really doesn't have anything to do with the video, other than that, I don't know, it's kind of cool seeing some of these helmets, like especially those OG P1 helmets. There was a few of those floating around in here, so nice to see I do still have some of those hanging out, so I can make some extra P1 clone, some extra OG P2 clones if I desire to. But over here, back to the main crew. This one is a little bit, I wouldn't say controversial, but a little bit, I don't know, conflicting, just because apparently in the game, the character icon shows this as the Kashyyyk Trooper, but once you actually go in the game, he has blue stripes, similar to a 501st Troop, which is just weird that the icon would have the green stripes, but when you actually play with him in-game, he apparently has blue stripes. I'm taking Coles of Christensen's word for that, and Colt's not usually ever wrong about anything, except for the Star Wars Planet prices, but we don't go there. But yeah, so this is my small little collection of figures so far. This is, a decent start. I guess we're about a fourth of the way through. Moving forward in the series, my goal is going to be to, of course, look for customs. So if any of you out there are customs vendors, or, you can point me in the way of some vendors who can help me fill out some of those figures I'm going to need on that customs list, please let me know. I'll be very happy about that, because I do want to get the ball rolling on this thing and at least get some ideas. I'm not going to just cash out and buy all the figures right off the bat, but it still would be nice to get some ideas to know just what kind of position I'm putting myself in when it comes to these minifigures. But until then, I'm still going to be looking for some of these figures to fill in here, just the ones I can buy. Fortunately, I don't really know of any of the figures on this list that are going to be dumb expensive for me to purchase, which is nice, thank God. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Hopefully this is a fun little series for you to enjoy. Once again, this isn't just me abandoning my minifig wall. It is still over there, and I do plan to do something with that very, very soon. So don't think that I've just forgotten about that. But this is, a small little minifigure collection project that I think will be fun and a cool way to commemorate that Lego Star Wars video game, that original one, before the Skywalker Saga comes out. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you like what I do, go ahead and support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.